Hello everyone, we're still here at the Blockchain Live 2024 in Dubai, covering its 13th edition and getting more inspiring and interesting stories from our guests. Now I have a very special guest, Zain Khan. Zain, he's the Senior Partnership Manager at Cointelegraph. So Zain, welcome in this interview with CoinGate. I would like to know more about your story and if you have some advices to the new joiners of crypto, what would it be?
Do your own research. That's the first advice that I want to give to people. But nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Zen. I've been working in partnerships for Cointelegraph. I've been in the Web3 space since a couple of years, as we were just talking back, before getting on the camera. And it's a very interesting space. We like the synergy that, people come together and it brings people together because it's a community-driven approach. And yeah, I'm here, very happy to be here at Blockchain Live with you guys and enjoying the show, building our relationships with the folks that we already know. So thank you for having us.
What brought you to the crypto world? How did you end up here?
I got into crypto because of Bitcoin in the early days of Bitcoin, when things were just moving at pace. But then I got fascinated by the amount of freedom and liberty that could be given to people anywhere across the world using internet. So my bigger purpose, as I was talking, is to actually connect different sort of ecosystems which are now fragmented at this stage, but eventually can come together and create a bigger space for people to have blockchain, not just blockchain in the back, but blockchain in their services, but doing something greater good for humanity. So that's what brings me here too.
Okay, interesting. So, is there any proper prediction when it comes to crypto? Like for people who wants to invest, who wants to make money, is there any proper predictions like when to start, where to invest?
I wouldn't be the right guy to comment on that, but I think the best of the approach at this stage is, of course, to understand the mechanics of how this actually works. And do your own research in the different sort of projects that you're deeply interested or want to get interested in. It's a complete new space, so people are coming and moving in and out at the same speed, I would say.
How to get familiar with this world, with this ecosystem?
Well, the first step is to talk to someone who has knowledge about this and get yourself familiar with the terminologies, because we are very jargonated in the space, right?
Yes.
Like you must have started and you're very like, what does this mean? What does that mean? So get yourself familiar with that first and I would advise people to get into reading the white papers of the projects that you're interested in. So to understand the structure and where exactly the projects are heading to. So that's a fair start. In terms of your second question of predictions, industry is heading in different sort of directions, I would say. But there are a couple of hot subjects, which every bull market begins. I think Deepin is quite hot at this stage. RWAs are also catching up the flame and becoming more familiar. So those are the two takeaways for anyone listening to this.
Interesting. I was checking your LinkedIn account and there's something very interesting about you that you wrote about yourself married to blockchain technology while having an affair with XR.
I think, yes.
Yeah, and then participating in this event, Blockchain Live, having your own panel and your own insights, sharing it with the audience. So where do you see Dubai and the UAE standing among this global expansion and growth?
I think specifically this region, if you ask me in particular, is going to be one of the leaders in the space, especially because we have good regulations in structure now. We've seen the space, before Vara was coming into picture. Now that we have these sort of regulations up and, Europe is catching up with MiCA and all the, the new jazz in the regulatory space is happening. I think this will be one of the leaders, as I mentioned, and there's a lot of space for people to come in here because they come because of tax regulations. They're quite relaxed here in the space, but they eventually come here for network, right? You can meet everyone in sort of these conferences or the crypto month that we're having, we call it October, not October, because there's tons of conferences happening around here.
100% fantastic. So, from your point of view, who is the generation or the age group mostly investing and interested in this crypto world?
Well, of course, it's the Gen Z, which is more fascinated.
It's because they are more courageous than other generations, or because the crypto just happened during their development?
I think it's because they're more accustomed to something that they've been already doing in the space, right? So if you look at the younger generation, they're already meeting their friends in Sandbox, which I'm sure neither you did nor me, right? So if you look at, the present generation, they're going to be the most crypto-friendly generation that exists. Baby bloomers, not so much, but the mid-generation as well, the younger guys, as you see, they are also very fascinated because they've been exposed to the space. So it's, I think, more about exposure and what's your first point of contact into crypto. You should do your own research and figure out, which is the right direction for anyone to get started with first, and then stick around if you like.